What is going on, Stallions? Welcome to the gamer heaven. It's time for a story. Gather around the campfire, pour the Alienware R11. It's about as hot as a campfire. Just kidding. It holds the heat inside, actually. So Facebook Marketplace dropped the ball pretty hard. I'm out about $200. Somebody that was waiting for a console for 2.5 weeks is now left without one. And there is absolutely no way of getting a hold of customer service because it doesn't exist. Alrighty guys, so I've been using Facebook Marketplace for probably 3 years now. I bought and sold everything from furniture to electronics goods off of there. Generally I have pretty good luck, but I usually stick to, in-person, local delivery and pickup. But I recently, a few months ago, started doing the shipping program they have, which is, for the most part, pretty good. So you get a prepaid label from them, you just print it out, stick it on the box and whatnot, and I kind of like the system. You get a little escrow or holding account, that way you don't get paid until the device gets sent out, it gets scanned, and the buyer is sent a tracking number on the Facebook Messenger application so they can track the package every step of the way. And you also know where it's at, which is great. And then when they receive the product, the funds get released to you. Pretty good system overall, and it's worked in the past. But the most expensive device I've ever attempted to sell here, which is my PlayStation 4, went completely haywire. So I got a PS5 about a month or so ago, and I realized I'm not ever going to use my PS4 because you can play PS4 games on the PS5, and hopefully eventually they get on Microsoft's level when it comes to actually boosting up previous generation titles to perform better on the PS5. I know they've got a couple titles like Spider-Man Remastered that take advantage of the haptic feedback and some of the DualSense controller things and bump up the frame rate and all that. I know this is not what the video is about. I'm just conversing with you guys, having a conversation. So there was no reason for me to have the PS4 anymore, so I made a really nice listing, very descriptive, a couple of really good pictures in there and whatnot. Listed it very competitively at $200, which is right in the middle of the average of what everyone else was asking. And within about 20 minutes or so, I had 6 or 7 responses offering me my full asking price. None of these people were local, or I probably would have gone for that option. Found this really cool dude though. We talked back and forth. He was a really chill, cool guy, and basically set it up. He purchased and sent it off to him. I literally boxed it up with a bunch of packing foam and whatnot in there, really nice. I even threw in a paddle controller in there for him. I take it to my local postal center and basically send it off, take a picture with my phone of the receipt with the tracking number. Not to mention he also gets a notification that it has been shipped out, which is great. It's supposed to take 2 to 3 days to arrive to the buyer, which is generally what I've experienced. But about 4 days go by, nothing happens, so he checks and says that it's going to be delayed. I check on my end. I also get the notification that it's delayed due to unforeseen circumstances. So I'm thinking, well, that doesn't make any sense because we've got fair skies and squalls here. The weather's great. It's not like my R11, which got postponed for 2.5 weeks because it was snowed and iced in Texas during that cold front where trucks literally couldn't safely leave the facility without drifting like Tokyo Drift. So I was like, okay, I can't be mad about that. That makes sense. But we had no adverse weather, so I was a little confused about that. And we got no notifications after that, just saying it was going to be delayed. 2.5 weeks go by, and I'm glad this guy was that patient for that long, but he kept telling me, I don't want to cancel or a refund or anything. I'm really looking forward to playing this PS4. That's what pisses me off the most, is that this guy is screwed out of a console he was waiting for. I don't give a shit about $200, to be 110% honest. 2.5, 3 weeks go by, and finally I'm like, man, I don't feel comfortable just keeping you waiting on the hook like that. I'm gonna go ahead and give you a refund. And he's like, all right, man, well, hopefully it shows up, and if it does, I'll pay you, I'll PayPal you or something. And I'm like, yeah, man, I'm sorry that you've had to wait this long. Again, the guy was super cool, and he's like, yeah, it's not your fault. I mean, it probably got lost in the post, or, and I'm like, God forbid, hopefully one of the delivery drivers didn't open it up and take it. That would suck. But so now he's out a console that he's been waiting 2.5 weeks for, and I'm out $200, more like $188 because Facebook takes a little cut for using their service, especially on higher ticket items from what I've noticed. And so I'm out about $200. He's out a console. Not to mention I don't have the console anymore because it's just in the fucking void. So obviously I can't keep it, sell it, do anything like that. This wouldn't be a huge deal if there was a solid customer service center in effect, but there is not. Now I'm gonna explain. I'm gonna take you guys over to my PC and I'm gonna actually show you guys the process of trying to get a trouble ticket on Facebook Marketplace. And it's it's pretty much non-existent, to be honest. And another little thing that I've seen and heard about is that when you call Facebook out publicly like this on a video or social media or anything, they get kind of butthurt even though you're calling them on a valid issue that they have within their business infrastructure, inside of their architectural internal issues with something like logistics, shipping. They get kind of butthurt, and what they might do is block your Facebook, either temporarily or indefinitely, because you were slandering them online. That would be kind of unfortunate considering I have a $300 Quest 2 back there, which is, you know, Oculus is owned by Facebook. And if you don't have a valid, up-to-date, current, in good standing Facebook account, it bricks your device, thus making that a $300 paperweight, or in this case, a nice decoration for the background of my videos. I wish they would. Alrighty guys, over here at my PC, gonna go ahead and share my screen here. So, the first thing you should do anytime you have an issue like this is, of course, to submit a trouble ticket. You just go down here to contact customer support. However, it's going to stay spinning like this indefinitely. So this is the message that I typed up to them originally. And I basically, after the first 2 times, noticing that it's not going through, it's just going to stay here in limbo, I copied and pasted this into a text document to save time for me. I can Control-C, Control-V, because I'm not going to waste my time typing this message every single time. This device was sent out nearly 2.5 weeks prior with the provided prepaid label. It showed being departed from my local postal center, then remained in limbo with no tracking updates until... Oops, that was supposed to be until current. Oh, geez. Typo. The customer was a very cool, understanding gentleman, but he is without the product he was looking forward to for weeks, and I am left without $200 or a product that I can sell or keep. How would you like to proceed? Also, your chat trouble ticket system is completely broken. I attempted 6 times to send this message with a continuous spinning wheel of loading, never getting sent. Is this how you do business at Facebook? Sincerely, my name. And then after the quick realization that I was not going to get any kind of a response through their automated trouble ticket system, I did the next thing that any sane man or woman would do, and I took my happy ass to Google. And a simple Google search, Facebook customer service chat or customer service, is going to get you a couple really good little articles you might want to read. Don't bother trying to call Facebook. If you dial either the Palo Alto area phone number where they're based out of their headquarters, you'll get a recording. It will take you through a series of menus, each with options directing you to send an email to the appropriate account. These emails don't go anywhere. I'm 100% sure that they are unmonitored, or they're just simply answered by bots that send you a generic cookie cutter response. There is no actual people working there. And then it talks about having to go through Instagram, which is also owned by Facebook, in order to reach out to them. You shouldn't need to go inside of social media inception to get a hold of somebody. Especially, what if somebody only uses Facebook for the marketplace feature to buy and sell things? They're not into social media. You think they're going to make an Instagram account to try and get a hold of customer service? Probably not, I would say. And then if you go down the Google search, you're going to start seeing little, what I would presume is little scams here. Like, for example, yeah, their phone number doesn't work. Yeah, we know that. But you can use this program right here, gethuman.com, to get a chat for them. I wouldn't trust that. You should go directly through the platform that you're dealing with, in this case, Facebook. So I'm not going to be using your program, but thank you for offering. So what I am going to do, boys, is I'm going to do everything in my power to make sure that I get compensated for this. Not necessarily monetary. I don't care about the money, but compensated in some way for my time. I don't really care about wasting my money. I care about wasting my time going back and forth, searching the internet, trying to find out how to get a hold of you people, when I could be making content for this YouTube channel, growing my 3 small businesses, continuing my course to get my real estate license, working out because I've gotten savagely out of shape. There are things I could be doing with my time far, far more valuable, far more lucrative and precious to me than wasting my time dicking around with a social media empire. And moreover, what I feel most upset about is the fact that this dude is super cool and he was looking forward to this. He was telling me like, oh, I can't wait to play it, da-da-da-da-da. Now he doesn't have a goddamn console. Hopefully he just went to somebody else and got himself a PS4, but goddamn, dude. So I will give you guys an update letting you know how Facebook handles this issue. Do they reimburse me? Do they ban my Facebook account and brick that headset back there? I don't know. We'll find out. All right, guys. Have a good night. Peace.